Everyone, Marie here. I thought I would give you a catch up and see what we've got going on this week, and I'm really excited because something that we do every year for the last 3 or 4 years has been get some blankets woven. Now, many of you may or may not know, one of our strategic partners here at Design Fun is Masterweave, which is in Masterton, and they are a premium weaver of high-end blankets. Beautiful, beautiful blankets, and we've had them make some blankets for us every year. And this year we had this beautiful alpaca boucle here, and they have made them into, look at these, oh, look at those, absolutely beautiful. Can you see those? Stunning, stunning, so gorgeous. This is alpaca. The shade is called Moon Shadow, and as you can see, it's a beautiful ebony and dark grey. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And it is a blanket that is, it's quite large actually. It's 180 by 180 by 125, which is 50 inches by 72 inches. So that's a pretty decent size. And I'm going to actually hold it up, so just to give you an idea of scale. So it is a it is a fairly large blanket. It's what I would call large throw size, definitely single bed size. Hi Charles, how are you? We need to catch up. I haven't seen him so long. So this is, and it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and it's perfect. The reason we got them in, and I wanted to let you know now, is that if you're looking for something special for Christmas and you don't quite know what to get, these are now below cost. So we have these, the recommended retail on these blankets is $250 New Zealand. We have them for $149. Yes, you did hear that right, $149. So that is an incredible price for these blankets. So that is well below cost. So you're really, really lucky with that. So you do need to make sure you check those out. And that is called Moon Shadow. And they are, yeah, great value. Wedding season coming up. If you've got a wedding coming up, you do make sure you have to check that out. So I will let you know where to find that at the end of all of this. So, beautiful. Right. The other thing I wanted to share with you is actually a bit of knitting that I finally finished with the drift. So you may have saw that I started in October, this little bloke here, I'll turn that around, there we go, and I made a vest. I popped a hood on it. It's a little hooded vest. It's called the T-shirt vest by Kylie Bates, and again I'll pop that link in the comments. I've added extra length to it because I've got a very long, lean little man, and I've also popped a hood on. Don't ask me for the alterations and modifications, people. I did not write them down, okay? But you can, it's easy. You can figure it out, trust me, it's easy. So I wanted to show you this though, because to show you how the drift's actually knitted up. Oh, there we go, in the round. And as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. It really is lovely. It's gorgeous and soft. Now, this is only $9.95 a skein at the moment, and I used, because I added the hood, I used 3.5 skeins of this. If you were just to do the straight vest, and this is to fit a 10-year-old, a long, lean 10-year-old, if you were to use, or 11 actually, if you were to use, not put a hood on it, you could get one. Most children, you could do this vest out of 2 to 3 skeins of drift. And at $9.95 a hank, this one's jersey, called jersey. So jersey for a jersey. That's fantastic buy. That is still on sale in the importance clearance section. And as I said, I will pop a link to the pattern. The pattern doesn't have the hood on, but honestly, you pick all the stitches up around the neck, obviously leave a gap at the front, and then you knit up to the size of a head and 3 needle bind off at the top. There you go. Write that down. I didn't write it down, but that's what I did. So easy peasy. So I just wanted to share that. But also on to, last but not least, I've just loaded up some mohair. We've had some people, we've had some very fine mohair around. We've got the lace, the Delish lace, and we've got the vintage filigree. But some people want mohair which is a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker, particularly if you're double stranding and doing things for homewares or quick whip up ponchos. You want to knit your own blanket or weave your own blanket. I know the weavers like our thicker yarn. And the lovely man who wove our blanket there he also does a lot of brushed mohair and alpaca, and he's discontinued a few colours and a few weights. So we have got those and we've balled them off, and they work beautifully for weaving, hand knitting or crocheting. So you can use them for all three. Now we've had all of these on comb. We've whipped them all off into ball for you to make it easy. But these are seriously priced to clear. So once they've gone, they've gone. So if you think next year you're wanting to make a blanket or do some weaving or a poncho or something large format, a big long line jacket or a wrap, and you want some heavier mohair, you'll need to stock up now, because once she's gone, it's all gone. So we've got two lots. We've got some mohair and some alpaca. One of my balls of alpaca has gone west. Where's that gone? We will find it in a moment. Oh, there it is. Right. So we've got some brights. Look at that. And as you can see, I'm appropriately dressed for these today. Absolutely gorgeous. And in fact, if you throw that little bloke in, oh, see, you would have thought I'd planned it. So what we've got there, this little guy I've called Bumblebee. Really lovely, rich yellow, or sort of yellow almost with a hint of sort of orange. Miss Scarlet, lovely, deep, rich red. Seville, which is a beautiful, russety, terracotta-y orange. And this is actually my favourite. I love the brights. I absolutely love the brights, but I quite like this bloke. This one I've called Driftwood. It is actually it sits in that, I love halftones. It sits in that place where grey starts to meet taupe. So it sits in the middle, so it's not quite taupe, it's not quite grey, it's in between, so it's a warm, on the warm side of grey. But the nice thing about that is that particularly if you're making a blanket or homewares or cushions, like I can see with cushions or anything like that, it is the sort of colour that will just blend with everything. But the other nice thing about it is it plays nicely, as you can see there, with the Bumblebee. It plays equally as nicely with the orange. It's a really good base colour to which you can add pops. So that's Driftwood, Miss Scarlet, Seville, and Bumblebee. And those are the brushed mohairs. And then we've also got two brushed alpacas. One is this lovely dark ebony, which has just got a few hints of white in there, but it's predominantly black. And we actually had this yarn woven into some blankets several years ago. So if some of you have got, I think it was our very first blankets were done in this ebony. And this one here called Ash, which is absolutely lovely. Look at that beautiful tonal grey. Lovely. And this is the cooler end of grey. And actually, if I put the two together, see, there you go. You can see that that's the cooler grey, that's the warm one. And all of these, drum roll please, $2.99 a ball. Yes, you are hearing correctly. $2.99 a ball. And it's basically because they've all come off end of comb, the colours are discontinued by the contractor that we do this for, and they need gone, basically. So, as I said, once they've gone, that's it, out of here. They're not going to be around anymore, so you do need to make sure you pick those up and stock up on them. So $2.99 a ball for mohair and alpaca. Still. However, but wait, there's more. We still had, so we had several kinds of those. They all went off, so we've got ish amounts of them. But we had quite a few there with single combs here, single combs there. And there's a whole swag of colours that we've done off. Okay, you ready? Ooh, 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 ooh. That's all you're going to see. They're all going into a lucky dip. So those lucky dip balls, we will basically dispatch, if you order 10 balls, we will do 10 balls of the same colour. Unless you say you want something different, then we'll mix them up. You can't say, I would like this colour and expect to get it. It's lucky dip, people. But only $1.99 a ball for lucky dip. So with lucky dip, we will always, if you put in an order for 5 balls, we'll do 5 of the same colour. unless you request otherwise. And then at the very end, we'll just see how we go. But $1.99 a ball. So if you are a lover of the fuzz, particularly if you're wanting to need embellishments, or you're wanting to add little bits and pieces to a project, or you're wanting to add a pop of colour if you're doing a really crazy blanket, or for your weaving, adding a bit of texture into woven projects, that Lucky Dip's perfect. $1.99, stock up now. Absolutely fantastic. And last but not least, the price increase. You've probably seen over the last few weeks, I've been reminding people about the price increase on core ranges. We're only looking, it's only really affecting about 8 to 10 yarns. So that will come into effect. It'll be around 10 o'clock on Friday morning. So it will be uploaded online, and then it will, yeah, as I said, come into effect about 10 o'clock. So when you come into store on Friday, and from online from about 10 a.m. Friday morning, that is when, 9 to 10 when I get it uploaded, that's when that will take effect. So if you are wanting to stock up on anything in particular, this is a good time to do it, and we will get that out to you at the old price. But failing that, it's business as usual around here, enjoying some sunshine here in Hawke's Bay, which has been fabulous. And it's good to sort of see everyone's projects. All the Lumiere is up with the exception of Cliftonstone, but that is literally emballing this week. So there's a full range there. So if you're looking for some really nice light yarn to knit with, particularly for spring and summer babies, that Lumiere is perfect. But until then, I will catch you next week, and I will fill you in with what's happening with December, because we've got a really cool December promotion, which is going to be lots of fun. I'll talk to you about that probably on Monday. But in the meantime, take care, stitch on, have fun, and I will pop a link in the comments and let you know where you can find all that fabulous one here. All right, see you soon. Bye.